Alright, what's up guys, it's Ace Airsoft. Today I'm bringing another review video. This review is going to be on the Arcturus Saber. So this is the limited edition version of this gun. As you can see, it has the tan rail right here. When I got this gun stock, it came as a setup from Mere Tactical. It came with this sight. It also came with this grip right here. I added the suppressor, and the scope cam is also something I added on there. This is my main setup. You have the standard semi, full auto. It also comes with a binary trigger and also 3-round burst, I believe. So everything that comes with this gun stock is obviously your iron sights, adjustable stock. You do get 2 magazines as well in the box. This gun also has a functioning bolt release. So you switch it to this side, click the button, boom, there you go. Close the dust cover, and there you go. This will fit your standard EPM1 mags. So just boom, pops right in perfectly, so, and drops out perfectly. It has a full metal receiver, so yeah, this thing's pretty heavy, hence why I have the dual point sling. But the biggest thing is what's inside the gun. And now I'm gonna read it off my phone because a lot of this stuff I don't know what it is. I'm a beginner, so I'm just trying to give the best review I can possible on this gun. Some of the stuff I didn't even figure out till yesterday that it had. So let's get started. So it comes with a V2 hybrid gearbox shell, a V2 ETU Microswitch trigger compatible. I don't know if it comes with that, it just says that it's compatible. High cycle life spring, CNC POM nozzle with O-ring, CNC stainless steel cylinder, QPQ processed MIM steel teeth piston rack, quick change spring, CNC steel ball bearing spring guide, reinforced gearbox front, 7-level pre-cocking, 8-level active braking, 5-level trigger sensitivity. Now, when we're getting into the trigger, this is something that's really important to me. I really enjoy a trigger that's super reactive. That's what stands out the most to me because I want to fire in semi-auto pretty fast. And before I go any further, I just want to say, man, is this trigger super reactive stock right out the box if you calibrate it correctly. Next on the list though, 5-level trigger reset distance, algorithm driven progressive trigger, adaptive hair trigger, programmable fire modes, binary with automatic ramping, low battery protection, and an electronic fuse. So, me being a beginner, all I really care about is that trigger and how responsive the trigger is right out the box. I like to have the upper hand when I'm on semi-auto because most fields don't allow full auto on a rifle like this. So I really like how reactive the trigger is on this gun especially. So, I'm going to switch it to semi-auto. You guys can see how fast it goes. I don't have a crazy trigger finger or anything like that, but that is insane to me. I'm barely pulling down the trigger. All I'm going is just like this. That's all I'm doing. And immediately it reacts to that movement. So that's insane to me. Out of the box, that's crazy. If you were to ask me if this would be the best AEG out of the box, I would definitely say yes. Reason is because there's so many different things that you can do with this, with the internals that are in the inside already. So let me get the list here for you that basically tells you all the different programmable modes. So essentially what you do, and I'll get an up close shot of this for you guys. So essentially what you do is you put it on semi-automatic, and then you go from semi to full, semi to full, semi. So currently we are on selector mode. This is going to change you from auto to 2-round burst to 3-round burst to binary back to semi. Now you hear 2 beeps. We are now on 2-round burst. Press it again. Now you hear 3 beeps. Now we're on 3-round burst. Press it again. Now we are on binary. Press it again. Now we're on semi. So I'm going to put it back to 1. So that's essentially how you cycle through the modes on whatever mode you're in. So selector mode has 5 different options, and you cycle through those options with the trigger. So essentially how we switch through the main modes is by the selector switch. So currently we are in mode 1 selector mode, which we already went through. Now if we want to move to trigger brake position and adjust our trigger brake position, we would flip this to full auto. If you do look inside the trigger right here, there is an LED light that indicates what mode you're on. So currently we're on blue, that's trigger brake position. Now if we click the trigger down, now we're on mode 2 in trigger brake position. Now we're in mode 3 on trigger brake position. Now we're in mode 4 on trigger brake position. Now we're in mode 5 on trigger brake position. So I'm going to flip that back to 1 because that'll be the fastest trigger response. Now, again, we flip this switch back to semi. Now we are in trigger reset distance setting. So now the LED should be an orangish color. Again, the way to cycle through the modes is just by clicking the trigger. So we're going to cycle through the modes again using the trigger. So we would click this down one more time. So now we're on mode 2, which is releasing 75% of the travel. We're on mode 3 now, releasing 50% of the travel. Now we are on mode 4, releasing 25% of the travel. Now we are on mode 5, releasing 10% of the travel. So I'm going to put that back to 1 because that's going to be the most responsive on the trigger. Then we're going to flip this back to full auto. So now we're on mode 4, which is active braking. Mode 1 on active braking is active braking off. Mode 2 on active braking is brake level from 2 to 9, from weakest to the strongest. Now we're going to flip the switch back to semi. So now we're in mode 5, which is low battery warning. And it's mode 1 on, mode 2 off. So then we're going to flip this switch back to full auto. So now we're in mode 6, and that would be the pink colored LED on the inside of here, right between the trigger. And that is pre-cocking. There's 2 modes, 1 which is off, and 2 pre-cocking level from 2 to 8. Then we'll switch this back to semi, and now we are in mode 7, which is reset to default settings. It will just be a straight red light on the inside of your trigger, and you pull the trigger down until a long beep, and it resets everything on the gun to its default settings. So that is all the programmable modes that is on this gun. As you can see, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool things that you can do with this gun. In my eyes, this is an amazing gun straight out the box. It has so many different modes and so many cool things that you can do with it to customize how it shoots, how it performs, if you want a farther trigger pull, if you want a closer trigger pull, if you want active braking, all of that good stuff, and you get it out of the box. Price wise, I would definitely say it's in the mid tier. It's about $300-400, but I would say that it's definitely well worth it. With all the customization settings that you can put into this thing, it's well worth the price. Don't let anyone tell you different. This thing is a beast out of the box. This is my review of the Arcturus Saber. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something from the video as well. I know a lot of people haven't gone over this gun or its programmable fire modes or how to activate its programmable modes. So I hope I gave you guys some insight. But aside from that, this is Ace Airsoft checking out.